performances are breathtaking, combining raw power with graceful beauty. This is the story of a dedicated group of young people with a passion for an amazing art form. This is the story of Kyodo Taiko. The roots of taiko drumming can be traced to ancient Japan. Taiko is the Japanese word for drum. The armies of feudal Japan would beat on the drum to spur on the troops. Farmers would use the drums to bless their crops. Taiko drums were also played in villages during festivals. Ensemble drumming, or kumidaiko, was actually developed relatively recently in the 1950s, and it raised taiko drumming to an art form. Instead of just pounding on a drum, the performers used graceful, fluid arm movements. Showmanship is also an important part of kumidaiko. Taiko was introduced to the United States in 1968 when Seigi Tanaka founded San Francisco Taiko Dojo. Other groups soon followed. Then, in 1990, Mark Honda founded Kyodo Taiko, the first collegiate taiko group in North America. Since its inception, Kyodo Taiko has been comprised entirely of UCLA students. The songs and techniques are passed down from one generation to the next, with each member adding their own ideas.
As you rise in Kyoto, your responsibility becomes greater. As far as it's your duty to teach, it's your duty to help the newbies. It becomes more of your responsibility to take care of the rest of the team. And I think that as a newbie, in most cases, you're baby. And then as time goes on, we expect you to be able to help the younger generation.
All the songs are written or arranged by members of the team, so there's continuous innovation and a wide variety of influences in the different pieces. Creating a taiko performance requires precision, athleticism, dramatic flair, a little bit of fun. So how does a group of college students get together to create such an amazing show? It starts with hours of
practice.
Taiko
practice.
Taiko practice.
Doing it over and over and over again.
Thursday night, taiko practice. Sunday morning, taiko practice. Wanna party, taiko practice. Wanna midterm, taiko practice.
The group dedicates hours of practice time in order to perfect their techniques.
Well, we usually practice twice a week, but the bigger performances we'll do 2 to 3 at Marcia, and then 3 for sure first ring concert, because we also have to prep for invitationals at the same time. I think the last 2 weeks we almost saw everyone every day, maybe just one day where we didn't see each other.
Sometimes I come in, I had such a long day, I don't know if I want to go to practice, but by the time we start, we have so much energy, and we all just have so much fun being together, feeding off each other's energy, knowing that we're preparing for a big performance. I mean, I guess, for me, Kyoto definitely takes priority over a lot of things. It's kind of just the fun choice, it's should I write my essay or go to taiko practice? Go to taiko practice, I'll write my essay later.
It's also because other people don't really understand. We have a Facebook group and we had a thread going on about conversations with friends, and it'd be like, oh, why don't you just ditch taiko practice? Let's go, do it. And we're just like, no, you can't do that.
It's not a choice.
This cognitive dissonance. No,
It's when I'm sick, I won't go to class, but I'll go to practice.
yeah.
It's short of a broken, actually, even with broken arms, you can't do practice.
On the day of the concert, the team spends several more hours preparing for the show.
If it's a big performance, we'll be spiking the stage, and then that means being sure that all the drums are in the right place. We also have to iron all of the Haupt and aprons that we have, just so that we look professional, and working out all the transitions between sets that way. everything goes as smoothly as possible.
An important responsibility for the directors is getting the team mentally prepared to perform.
Usually before we perform, we have a little, team meeting, and we'll give a little kind of pep talk, get everyone, ready, like pumped up for the concert, and just like be ready to go out there and key eye as hard as they can, shout for all their seniors, their class, and just have fun out there.
We've worked so hard throughout the quarter, and that we've finally come to the point that we've all been working together for. And with that, it's nice to know that everything that we've worked for has all come together on that day.
A lot of work goes into the performance, but this team, led by its directors, are dedicated to putting on a great show. Because Kyodo Taiko is run completely by students, directing the team is a challenging responsibility. The directors must set the tone for the team and provide guidance.
Well, we're in charge of all the concerts. We really want to make sure that whatever we put on every time we perform, it's to the best of our ability. Everyone is doing their best. They're confident. While they're doing that, they're also having a good time. And we want to be able to be fun at the same time. Be able to do all the work that we need to do. So I think that's the hard part.
So I think my job as a director is just to make Kyoto easier for everyone else. So that way, everyone on the team doesn't have to worry about anything outside of Kyoto. All they have to do is show up to practice, try their best to learn everything that they can during that day, and that's all that they have to do.
Working with Masumi is a lot of fun. We were friends, we're close friends before, so we will discuss director stuff at the same time. We will just kind of ease off and then talk a little bit of our own, just hang out kind of thing, but then try to get our work done at the same time. Pretty compatible. So
she's a great co-director. I think that all the times that I haven't been able to do something, she's always been there to take on the weight. I guess I'm stubborn sometimes, and she's always offering other alternatives, and it's just great to work with her, especially since she's always so lively.
Since the directors are also students, they must balance their time between taiko, studies, and oftentimes work as well. This is not always easy, and the demands on a director can be exhausting. The most important thing that helps the directors is the fact that this group is a family.
Kyoto is definitely my family. It's because I'm not from SoCal, so these are the group of friends and my family that I can refer to all the time, and just know that there's someone out there always to hang out with me or just talk to me and have a good time together.
I think the best thing about belonging to Kyodo Taiko is probably all the friends that you make and all the experiences you share. It's definitely a big commitment, but I feel like just being a family, we get to really be ourselves. We don't have to hold back, and everyone just gets along together.
Kyodo Taiko has been such a great experience. I've heard of Kyodo Taiko since I was a senior in high school, but actually was never confident enough to try out for the team until my fourth year, actually. I went through 3 years of no taiko, and all of a sudden in my fourth year, I became part of a team, and it just felt so good to belong. And I take that experience with all my heart.
Being on Kyoto is kind of well, initially it's you don't know what you got into in the very beginning, and then
It's like pledging for a friend.
for 4 years.
I mean, I guess it's kind of cliched, but a lot of people say Kyoto is like a family, and I really do believe that whether you like it or not, that's kind of what you become, just out of the fact that we spend so much time with each other. You get to know each other really well. You see each other when you wake up and you're angry and you don't want to do anything. And
It's different because it's with your friends, you can always kind of hide when you're upset or whatever. But since we always have to be there, it's just no matter what
mood you're in.
what mood we're in, however we're feeling, we've gotten we've been able to learn how to handle each other in such a way.
Yeah, I've gotten so good at reading expressions.
That one says, stay
Yeah.
away.
Can't go near Eryn.
It's just a glance.
I think I will just be thinking about playing for the people that I care about. My family, my first family, my second family, Kyoto, and definitely myself. Because I am so proud that I finally have the courage to try out for Taiko and be part of the team and finally just have such a good time here.
And so it's really, I think, difficult for me to let go of, I guess, the routine and being able to see everyone so often and doing something that you love so much with the people that you care about, you know? So I think that's definitely something I'm thinking about today. So.
Well, for me, I really am gonna miss this, and I don't know. That's all I can really say about it.
When I'm like, playing that last part of Awkward, and I'm realizing that this is the last time I'm gonna hit this beat, this is the last time I'm gonna hit this. Like, since we've spent so many hours doing it over and over and over, it's gonna feel great.
It's the whole experience of like just like going through a whole bunch of like stuff together, being like super tired all the time, being just hanging out, like all like the small interactions that we all have with each member of the team, and I guess it kind of all got summed up like at one of like our big talks, like particularly at Culture Night, because that really is like an example of what we do and to the best like that we can.
I think it's like the people that make it, right? Like it wouldn't be a team without the people who are on it with you, and I think that we all share that kind of sense of like team, right? Like we all care a lot about each other, not just on the like stage, but also when we're outside and like studying for finals or whatever.
I think for me, the best part of Kyoto is what's to come, because I think that for me at least, it's great to spend all this time together during college for 4 years, but I really view all the relationships that I've built up as something that kind of transcends the collegiate experience and goes beyond that.
My favorite memories was spending time with my Shina After Stars class. Everybody comes from different backgrounds. Everyone's from a different year. Everyone's a different major. And it's so good to come together and share those different types of personalities. And we all get along so well. I'm gonna miss it.
Tomorrow like we think about now. Can we survive it out there? Can we make it somehow? I guess I thought that this would never end, and suddenly it's like we're women and men. Will the past be a shadow that will follow us round? Will these memories fade when I leave this town? I keep thinking that it's not goodbye. I keep on thinking it's our time to fly. As we go on, we remember all the times we had together, and as our lives change, come whatever, we will still be friends forever. As we go on, we remember all the times we had together, and as our lives change, come whatever, we will still be friends forever.
Kyodo Taiko, a a group dedicated to perpetuating an ancient Japanese art form. They sacrifice long hours in continuous improvement of their styles and techniques. They produce beautiful and amazing performances that can uplift and transport an audience. But beyond all of that, they are a family.